Kristen here with you. All right, we're recording. Today, we're here to talk about 5 steps to love yourself. So I think I'm just going to share my screen and kick us off. Yes?
Yes, we are ready.
All right. All right, hopefully I got this right.
You do, we're good. Put it in presenter mode.
Yep, got it. Okay, so we want to thank everybody first and foremost, as always. Thank you for being here with Kristen and myself today. We're super excited to talk about self-love. We each have our strengths. Then Kristen's is obviously being in the kitchen. She posts some really super amazing food and meals and magical dishes that she puts out. And one of mine is talking about self-care and self-love. So I'm super excited about today's topic. Definitely a favorite way of keeping a positive mind. And if any questions along the way, feel free to drop them in the chat, or you can reach us by email at support@stopchasingwellness.com. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at Stop Chasing Wellness. So in today's, whoops.
Is it thinking? Okay.
I think we're going to start this over. Okay, so in today's world, we're busy, right? It's hard to find time for self-care and finding a practice that you can stick with every day. True self-care and true self-love are vital to vibrant health, even to good health. They keep us grounded and functioning. When it feels like everything can be like falling apart, self-care is our way. We can't pour from an empty cup, right? So taking care of ourselves is our way of being in a position to give back and take care of other people. And that looks different for everybody. And we have a lot of suggestions that we're going to share today that can be incorporated into your daily lifestyle. I'm not really working too well here today.
Arrow.
Yeah, I'm frozen.
Don't close it.
Sorry.
We're having technical difficulties apparently.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so it's hard to try to carve out time for yourself and everything else you have going on in your life. We know that. We're in the same boat. We're moms, we're busy, we have careers, right? There's not enough time, but it's really critical that we build in the time for self-care, self-love in order to boost our own well-being. And again, you can't pour from an empty cup. So let's start working on taking care of ourselves. We have a community that you can join, that you'll be surrounded by others on the same journey. You can find other communities out there on Facebook or Instagram, or just find other pages to follow and just be a part of. And then, of course, you can just be part of our coaching programs and groups where you get those tips and reminders constantly from Coach Kristen and myself. There's no time like the present to learn a new routine and create some self-love in your life, to just find that passion again. And what is self-love, right? What does that mean? And sometimes we think like, oh, we're going out to get our nails done, or we'll go for a Saturday morning massage and start the weekend off, or take a bubble bath. It goes even more than that. Those are great tools and great things to just get out and take care of ourselves a little bit. But it's more than just an isolated event or an isolated thing that we're doing, or an action. It goes into the heart of really loving and accepting ourselves fully, all of us, what we perceive as flaws or otherwise. Learn to treat ourselves with kindness and nurture our overall well-being. Self-love recenters your attention on thoughts and feelings about yourself. And as we age, we often start seeing our mistakes and poor choices as the essence of our being. That's not who we are. We learn from everything, right? I don't love everything that has happened in my past, but I've grown from it. And those experiences have made me who I am today and made me a better person, and they will for you too. We just have to learn to reprogram our thoughts to be more accepting and more loving to ourselves. Discounting self-love, comes naturally to us, right? Like, who are we to give ourselves all this time and attention when our kids need us, or our job needs us, or we have to do this, or we have to run this errand? We have to take care of us first. It's hard, and sometimes it's hard to see that correlation between these unhelpful thoughts and how we act in daily life. But changing the way you think and feel about yourself has a huge impact on every area of your life. Not only does true self-love change the way you see yourself, but it also changes the way you see others. And how you feel, you can project onto others very easily and subconsciously, not even realizing how you're treating others. But if you're feeling patient and kind and treating yourself with love and kindness, that translates to how you treat other people in your lives. Feeling low about yourself can push you to tear down others, to maybe think that you're acting better or showcasing your strengths. And it might temporarily make you feel good again to put someone down. But in the end, nobody wants to be around a shitty person, honestly. So love yourself, change your ways, take care of you, and you'll naturally start being there to take care of others too. Okay, how does practicing self-love impact your life? Did I just freeze up again? Okay, here we go. Oh, there's no time for this today, see? So as far as physical health, so many different areas of your life are linked to the way you view yourself, including immune function and improved relaxation. Did you ever connect those dots before? Did you think treating yourself well could have a positive impact on your immune health? But it does. So spending time focusing on your self-love can lower your blood pressure based on breathing exercises and relaxation techniques. Just a few deep cleansing breaths in and out can reset your central nervous system. Just a few breaths. It's an easy practice to incorporate. And with a renewed function or focus on yourself, you find that you have a much higher level of motivation. Instead of beating yourself up for the missed workouts or the parts of your day that you strayed from the path, or you had too many jelly beans this week, like, I don't know, someone else we might know. Don't beat yourself up for those things. Get back on track. Just get back on track and celebrate that you're back on track. Self-love boosts your inner strength. Instead of wasting time and energy beating yourself up, you have the motivation to get out and do something different. You can control this. No one else can do this for you. And much of self-love is focused on your mind and your thoughts, and it greatly impacts your mental health. Changing the course of those thoughts takes time, but the payoff is so worth it. It's worth every hard-won moment. When we can get caught in that negative loop, right? We have those thoughts that are just eating away at us and taking over on a daily basis, especially if we haven't taken time for us regularly. It can easily fall back into that same repetitive pattern. Those emotions can take over, and sometimes you feel like there's no way out. Like, if I have someone passed away, I have a sick relative, I have work pressure, I have this, I have that. It's just like compounds and can feel like there's no way out. Changing your mindset based on true self-love benefits you in every area. It's so critical. And if you can't find anything to be thankful for or positive about, just the fact that you woke up in the morning and you open those two eyeballs of yours and you put your feet on the floor and you can take air in your lungs and see the sun shining outside, start there. A healthier mindset and a better state of mental health can make it easier to deal with every problem. And as you face what's going on in your own mind, it becomes simpler to be available to support someone else through their issues. Sometimes when emotions feel like they're getting out of control, even when things are going right, we sometimes get caught up. We know that negative thought process for so long that it's hard to see the positive even when things are positive. It's a practice. just like everything else in our life. It's a practice, and we really need to stick to it. Sometimes things seem to balance on a knife's edge when your emotional health is out of balance, but we can work on it. We can work on it as long as we work on it a few minutes every day to start. And before you know it, that becomes your lifestyle. So as you reach inward and start loving yourself fully, your emotions calm down and you start to find that rhythm in your life. Instead of feeling like you're on the edge, you're able to fully embrace your emotions and not let them gain control of you completely. An important part of self-love is finding inner peace and a healthy way to control your emotions that surface through each day. And centering and focusing inward and settling your own feelings and emotions allow you to interact and be kind to others, even when your own thoughts are triggered.
Okay, well, this is where I take over. You want to unshare your screen? Sorry to clear my throat. Okay, well, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to talk to you guys about a challenge that Gina and I have for you and give you some 5 steps. This up. It's supposed to be sharing. All sorts of technical issues today, aren't we? There we go. Now I have a full screen. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so we are going to just challenge you to take these 5 steps. If you're, the things that Gina was saying are also true and valid, but let's put that into action and actually give you some actionable steps to help incorporate things that you can do. What is happening? Why is that on? It's not supposed to be. That is so bizarre. Give me a second. Gosh, we are having all sorts of technical issues today, Gina. Supposed to start here. Okay,
All right.
so step 1 in the 5 steps. Oh my gosh, did it just go back to slide 1 again? It did.
No, I think just fast forward one. Oh, it did.
It did. I'm just gonna. Oh. Wow. This is so bizarre. I'm sharing from slide 20, but it didn't go there. Bear with us, people. Hold, please. Okay, so here we go. 5 steps to love yourself. We're going to put these suggestions into action and give you some actionable steps that you can take to actually incorporating this. So we want to change the way that you think and feel about yourself, which means you're going to toss out some bad habits and make room for the good ones. So we're going to ask you to get a journal, or just even take notes on your phone. So you journal the thoughts and feelings that tend to clog up your brain. And you really want to take a long, hard look at your bad habits, whether it's the way you talk to yourself or things, maybe actions that you're doing, like maybe you're staying up too late and therefore then you're sleeping in too late, and you start your whole day out where you're feeling like you're always struggling to catch up with time and you feel rushed all day long. Or maybe you're kind of just letting your healthy eating habits fall by the wayside. Like, take a really long, hard look at the things that are the bad habits. You can jot those down, write them in a journal, write about what those things are and then how you think and feel about them. And then that'll give you an idea of what you can work on removing and what needs to be changed. So after you take a mental inventory, you're going to start working on those habits. And it can take several weeks for a habit to take root. But the more it's not about perfection. It's about, I always say, practice makes better. Practice does make better. It's not about being perfect or having perfection in any of this. So really, it's just more about, it could be anything from like the foods that you're eating or planning a workout. Like I'm gonna set an alarm in the morning to get up a little earlier and get a workout in. So even things like that, like setting aside some time to do journaling. Here's some suggestions on healthy things that you can incorporate. Maybe you make it a point to get outside and get moving. Go walk outside in the sun, or take a 20-minute walk every day, or setting a, do not disturb reminder on your phone. So when you're done with work, you're not being bombarded by, phone calls or messages from work, or creating a nighttime routine. So that this is one thing I need to work on, going to bed at the same time every night, really like just like you were when you were a kid and your mom told you it was time to go to bed because it's a school night, like do that as an adult. And if you're, your diet is struggling, or that area needs to be improved, maybe work on meal planning and prepping, and that'll help just give you things to focus on to recreate some healthy habits. And step number 2 is loving yourself. Everybody is unique and everybody needs different kinds of love, and finding what makes you feel loved is a really important part of that journey toward loving ourselves better. So you want to review your journal, look for the areas that cause negative emotions and the positive emotions, and keep a sharp eye on what you're writing in your journal. And you want to look for things that are standing out to you, like things, what makes you happy. Maybe it's people, giving you praise, offering you words of affirmation, or gifts, whether it's you're receiving or giving gifts, or maybe just those little moments that you see that you can learn to appreciate that help push your thoughts and emotions to a positive place. So this is where a lot of simple actions come into play. Maybe you love to take a bubble bath or go outside for a quick walk, and that helps fill your cup. But the key thing is just to love yourself during these 5 steps, is to build these moments into your day. So be serious about it. Just like you schedule anything else, set a timer to create these habits. Want to set a timer and take a break from your daily activities and focus on those things that bring you happiness and joy. There's that word, joy. So breaking up that cycle takes some discipline. You really want to kind of schedule this stuff in for yourself every day. So here's some little things that you can do to incorporate some little moments to just show yourself some love. Like I said, setting a timer, set some time in your day to take time out of your day to stop and rest. Like maybe just literally get up and go, like sit in a comfortable chair for a few minutes, or go sit outside and feel the warm sunshine on your body for just a few minutes, or find something that you love to do. Maybe you love reading a book, and do that just for 15 minutes in the middle of the day. Or journal in your journal, write about your day, write about your feelings, give yourself an opportunity to do some gratitude journaling to find some positivity in the day. Or carve out the time in a day to start that new hobby. Maybe you want to even learn how to speak another language. Schedule 15 minutes in your day to do one of those, those language learning apps. And step number 3, this is a tough one. You want to replace your negative thoughts with positive thoughts. Your brain is a really powerful tool. What goes on in between your 2 ears every day is one of our strongest muscles. And it can, those negative thoughts can spread like a virus. So we're going to give ourselves an antiviral, and we're going to replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts, because it can really just take over our whole body. And just like Gina said, but it can affect our immune systems. So what you want to do, a suggestion, is to take a note every time that you find yourself feeling a negative thought or emotion. So part of the process is to stop and just be aware of it, to make notes on every negative thought. And it really can show you where those pain points are and what those, my favorite word, the triggers, but it's relevant here, what those negative thoughts are that pop up. So whenever something negative comes to mind, you can exchange that with a positive affirmation. And this seems kind of like something forced, but what it's doing is just really retraining your brain. Here's some suggestions on some positive thoughts that you can incorporate, or you can just if you just searched on the internet for, positive affirmations, find some things that speak to you and things that resonate, but look at the negative thoughts that are popping up when you're journaling and just literally flop those around. So here's a couple of suggestions. I love myself for who I am. I can achieve my goals. I enjoy exercising and moving my body. Maybe you could say that to yourself when you are having to really kick your own ass and push yourself out the door to go get your workout in. I really enjoy this. When you're feeling just down and negative, tell yourself that you are full of light and positivity. The more you tell yourself those things, the more you really believe it, because our negative thoughts, we believe them, whether they're true or not. And the same is true when we replace those with positive thoughts as well. Step number 4 would be accept your flaws and see them as strengths. So our mind tricks us into struggling with self-love by convincing us that all the things that happen or don't go right in our life are flaws, and maybe they're holding us back, and this is why something's wrong in my life. Or so instead of letting those thoughts drag you down, you want to see those things that we see as flaws as our unique aspects of what are the things that make us strong. These are our strengths. So these are what we call your perceived flaws. You might see that as a weakness. I see that as a strength in you. So our perceived flaws and imperfections pop up in a myriad of different areas of our lives. So you might see it as something like, maybe you find the way that you interact with friends as something as a flaw, or the way you meal plan and prep, or maybe how much exercise you do or don't get. Every area can be something that is a strength. So instead of seeing the way that you meal plan as a flaw, you might see your strength in, I'm choosing to change this. I'm choosing to make the changes in it, because you do have a choice. So you might not get out and exercise every day, but when you do, that's a strength. So you want to accept your flaws as strengths. Here's some suggestions that you can incorporate. So journal every day. You want to isolate your flaws and strengths so you can really start to see what those are. And create an accountability group that boosts your self-esteem. Maybe you have a couple of friends that you're close enough to where you can all just get together and agree. Every day, maybe you just, I'm going to say one nice thing about you today, and you're going to say one nice thing about me today, just to help boost your self-esteem. Or add a regimen of positive affirmations. I used to sit down, I had them on note card, little, index cards, and I wrote out positive affirmations, and I would start my day out every day and read those positive affirmations. And it's really powerful on a day where you wake up and you don't believe any of it, but you're reading all that positive stuff. It's a great way to turn it all around, and you just have a better day. And focus on your strengths and continue to build those things up. And the 5th step, I love this one, is a self-love jar. So the idea is, take a mason jar or a bowl, and you're going to write out on just 20 little pieces of paper with self-love acts that you can do for yourself. And each week you're going to pull out one and you're going to act on it. So this is going to help you take your views of your self-love and self-esteem into your own hands and take charge of your life. So it can be filled with all of your favorite things, and some things that maybe are kind of difficult things that that you need to do because it's going to make you feel better. Change up your routine. Doing something different that you're not expecting is really powerful. And when you do this, 20 weeks of this, 1 week, 20 different options, choose one each week. It really gives you something to look forward to. And here are some suggestions, and add some things that resonate or speak to you. So maybe you put in a jar, you want to take a day to go out, take a day off, go shop and go out on the town, or spend time with a friend doing that, or just have a lazy day at home. Maybe you don't get out of your pajamas all day and you just, hide inside and enjoy it. Or saying no to something that somebody asks you to do that you maybe have said yes to just because you feel obligated to. Saying no is really empowering. Or maybe schedule time out to go have lunch or dinner with friends. That's fun. I think we need to schedule those things. I'm a big advocate of that. Or just relaxation on your own, or maybe schedule a day at a spa for yourself. So just the simple ideas are best. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. You don't need to schedule bungee jumping in there unless you really want to. Just some little things that make you just take that pause and remember. And the act of taking that piece of paper out of the jar is just a reminder, and doing something for myself. So take some time to invest in what helps you focus on truly self-love, and make that jar something that you really enjoy digging into. So just in closing, something that Gina and I suggest as another step is just staying in communication with us. We have a great page on Facebook and Instagram called Stop Chasing Wellness. Obviously, you can't click the link to click here, but you can find us on Stop Chasing Wellness on Facebook and Instagram. And just find ways to reach out to other people who are like-minded, whether it's other Facebook pages where you can find people that are, have interests in common, or joining a yoga studio or a gym, or some sort of group, or doing a hobby or something that you can connect with other people who are also focusing on doing things to show themselves some self-love and self-care. So we would also be remiss if we didn't mention a simple way that we find to give ourselves a little bit of love into our daily routine. And that is by, Gina and I, we eat our Juice Plus capsules every single day. And part of showing our bodies love and respect is taking care of them through nurturing them, through the foods that we eat. And we're big advocates of teaching people how to eat lots of fruits and vegetables to keep their bodies healthy. And we know that one of the biggest struggles that people have every day is to actually do that. It sounds simple when we say, eat your fruits and veggies, but when people have a hard time doing it, we have found an easier way to help people get that into their diets, and that is with Juice Plus, which is, it's a blend of over 30 different plants. It is a product that is shown by research to be bioavailable, meaning that everything in this product is being absorbed by the body and providing a benefit in various ways. And it is NSF certified for purity. So that means that what's on the label is in the product and nothing more. So it's clinically proven by universities, hospitals, and research centers all around the world. It's got over 40 peer-reviewed scientific publications done on the product itself. We love just throwing this out there. We have to mention it because it's one of the easiest things that we do for ourselves, in addition to all the other things that we do every day to just show ourselves love by nourishing our bodies with this amazing product. And that's a wrap. Thank you guys for joining us, for being here with us today. And don't forget to follow us. I'm Kristen, here with Gina. We're on Facebook and Instagram at Stop Chasing Wellness. And we invite you to go to our website, stopchasingwellness.com, where you can purchase a copy of the book that we wrote called Stop Chasing Wellness, Create It. And we also have online wellness coaching programs. We get a 3-day hormone recovery diet program. And we also offer a monthly recipe subscription. You can find that again all at stopchasingwellness.com. And also when you go to the website, there is an offer there to, we'll send you a complimentary ebook all about meal plan and prepping, which is one of my favorite topics. So be sure to click that link there and we will send you the freebie on that as well. So thank you all for joining us. We appreciate your time. Thanks, Gina.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.